Welcome back, deep divers. Today we're embarking on a journey to unpack the story of a real comedic force, An actor who consistently brings this authentic blend of warmth, sharp humor, and, well, unexpected depth to every character he embodies. You absolutely know his face, you've undoubtedly heard that infectious laugh, and I'm willing to bet, yeah, you've probably quoted some of his instantly iconic lines. Our mission for this deep dive is to explore the truly fascinating trajectory of Milton Howery Jr., known pretty much universally as Lil Rel Howery. We'll trace his path from the vibrant, sometimes challenging west side of Chicago, through the demanding world of the stand-up circuit, all the way to his rise as an award-winning, super versatile presence in Hollywood. Think of this as your shortcut to understanding not just what he's achieved, but really how his unique perspective, his unwavering commitment to authenticity, and his deeply personal experiences have shaped this truly remarkable and resonant career. We're going to highlight his foundational stand-up roots, dissect his breakthrough performances, look at his growing creative endeavors, behind the camera, and even explore some of the personal insights that make him such a compelling and honestly relatable figure. Our main source for this deep dive is a pretty comprehensive Wikipedia entry. It offers a detailed look into his early life, his significant career milestones across film and TV, his stand-up specials, and key aspects of his personal journey. It's a real treasure trove of facts and dates that'll help us build a full kind of nuanced picture. Okay, let's delve into his story. To truly grasp the essence of Lil Rel Howery, we have to start right where his story began: Chicago. Milton Howery Jr. entered the world on December 17th, 1979, and spent his formative years growing up on the city's west side. He's the son of Nancy and Milton. His early educational experiences, particularly those in high school, they give us a crucial glimpse into the very genesis of his artistic inclinations. He attended Providence St. Mel School from 5th to ninth grade, which is a private institution known for its rigorous academic environment. Then he transitioned to Crane High School, a public high school deeply woven into Chicago's community tapestry. Now, it was during his senior year at Crane that this pivotal, almost prophetic moment occurred, one that seems to have just unequivocally charted his course toward comedy. During his senior talent show, Howery didn't just, perform a few improvisational jokes or deliver some pre-written skit. Instead, he took the initiative to not only write the jokes, but also craft a full script for his act. Think about that. This wasn't just a casual flirtation with comedy. It was a comprehensive, intentional, creative endeavor that clearly resonated deeply within him, solidifying his decision to pursue comedy as a professional calling. It's truly remarkable to see such a clear and early indication of his future path. It reveals a foresight and dedication you don't often see in budding artists.
Yeah, what's striking about that senior talent show moment, and what really kind of sets Lil Rel apart even at that young age, is how early and how completely that creative impulse manifested itself. I mean, most aspiring comedians, even ones who go on to great success, they often begin by testing out existing jokes or maybe mimicking established styles, relying heavily on improv. But Howery's decision to craft a full script, that demonstrates an innate, almost precocious understanding of comedic structure, narrative arcs, character development, all elements that are absolutely crucial for building a multifaceted career like his, a career that goes way beyond just delivering punchlines.
Right.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it really speaks to an inherent talent for storytelling. He wasn't just thinking about getting a single laugh, but about building a whole cohesive comedic experience. It kind of hints at a visionary approach, seeing comedy as a complete art form, not just a series of disconnected jokes. And it raises this important question for us. How often do we truly see such a clear, foundational moment for artists, where they don't just find their calling, but also demonstrate the full scope of their potential and their understanding of the craft so early on?
Yeah, that's rare.
For many, that kind of holistic grasp takes years, even decades to cultivate. This early, deliberate approach suggests a remarkable level of self-awareness and just this internal drive to create beyond just performing.
That's a fantastic point. It really makes you wonder how many artists have that kind of early epiphany with such clarity. And speaking of early life, it's always fascinating how seemingly casual identifiers just stick with us and become integral to our public identity. The origin of his famous moniker, Lil Rel, is a perfect example of this kind of organic evolution. While playing high school basketball, he earned the nickname Lil Rel because friends and teammates observed that he reminded them of his older cousin, Daryl. It's such a simple, everyday way a nickname can come about, right? Born from family connection and schoolyard camaraderie. Yet it profoundly evolved into the professional name he's known by all around the world. It's a piece of his original self that remains central to his public persona.
Indeed. This seemingly small detail gives us a wonderful glimpse into his personal history and really underscores how a childhood nickname rooted in family and community can organically morph into a significant and widely recognized part of a professional brand. It highlights a certain authenticity, doesn't it? Directly connecting his public persona back to his Chicago roots and the community that shaped him.
Totally.
For an artist whose work often draws so heavily on relatable, everyday observations, having a public name that's so intrinsically linked to his personal history and origins, it just grounds his image. It makes him feel more accessible and genuine to audiences, suggesting that the persona they see on screen or stage is deeply connected to the person he has always been.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a reminder that even global stars often carry pieces of their early lives with them, and that can be a really powerful anchor for their identity.
And from those high school hallways where he was already scripting his future, he took his first tangible professional steps into the vibrant world of stand-up comedy. Lil Rel Howery officially began performing on the local comedy circuit in Chicago. And this wasn't some quiet, isolated beginning in an open mic night. Chicago's comedy scene is renowned for being incredibly dynamic, fiercely competitive, and a true crucible for comedic talent. It's where legends are often forged.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, Chicago has this incredibly rich and storied history as a breeding ground for comedic talent. It's produced legendary figures and fostered this diverse array of comedic styles, from improv to character work, observational humor, you name it.
Right.
Starting in such a competitive and diverse environment would have given Lil Rel invaluable, accelerated experience. It's a scene that quickly forces a comedian to refine their unique voice, develop a really robust stage presence, and, crucially, learn how to connect directly and authentically with audiences from all sorts of backgrounds before they ever hit those larger national stages.
You got to earn it there.
Exactly. Think about the direct, unfiltered feedback you get in a packed Chicago club. It's immediate, it's honest, and it can be ruthless, in the best possible way for honing your craft. This kind of intense local immersion allows artists to rapidly hone their craft, experiment with different material and delivery, and truly understand what resonates with a live crowd. It's a profound testament to the power of local scenes in nurturing national stars. The raw energy and immediate feedback of those club audiences really shape a comedian's artistry in fundamental ways, giving them a solid bedrock of experience to build upon.
So after establishing himself in that vibrant and, demanding Chicago scene, the next logical, ambitious step for a comedian is television, a platform that can just dramatically expand their reach almost overnight. And Lil Rel, with his already honed comedic voice, he wasted no time making his mark. He dove strategically into various formats to get his unique perspective out there. His television debut came in January 2007 on the reality competition series Last Comic Standing. That was a pretty high visibility platform, instantly putting him in front of a national mainstream audience.
Mm-hmm.
And in the very same year, he also appeared on HBO's P. Diddy Presents, The Bad Boys of Comedy. Now, that was a much more curated showcase, specifically designed to highlight promising Black comedians. He also demonstrated a continued connection to his roots and community, participating in America's National Night Out Against Crime in Chicago back in 2009.
What's particularly insightful there is the variety and the strategic nature of those early platforms he chose. On one hand, you have Last Comic Standing, offering that broad, mainstream visibility, the kind of exposure that introduces you to a general audience quickly.
Yeah.
On the other hand, P. Diddy Presents. The Bad Boys of Comedy was, like you said, more curated. It was an industry-respected showcase that implicitly validated his talent within the comedy community itself. That often leads to more substantive industry connection.
It's like getting the stamp of approval.
Exactly. This dual approach demonstrates a smart, multifaceted strategy to building his profile. He's appealing to both a general audience and key industry tastemakers simultaneously. It suggests an early understanding that a successful career requires more than just raw talent. It demands strategic exposure, the ability to adapt to different media landscapes, and a clear vision for how to leverage each opportunity. Those initial appearances were absolutely crucial in laying the groundwork, not just for recognition, but for proving his adaptability and his range as a performer.
And from these early TV appearances, he continued to broaden his horizons, bravely venturing into sketch comedy and, crucially, taking on roles that moved beyond just performing the jokes. In 2012, Howery was one of 6 comedians starring in Fox's ambitious revival of the iconic 1990s sketch program In Living Color.
Huge show.
Yeah.
Huge show. While it unfortunately was ultimately canceled in 2013, it was still a significant opportunity for him to be part of a beloved, high-profile comedy brand and work within that sketch format. But what's truly telling about his ambition and burgeoning talent is his next move. He then transitioned to True TV's Friends of the People. On that show, he wasn't just a regular cast member, delivering performances on screen. He was also a writer and a producer. This wasn't just a new gig, it was a pivotal leap forward in his creative journey.
Yeah, it's a significant leap from performer to creator, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When he transitioned to Friends of the People as a writer and producer,
Yeah.
what kind of new challenges did that present for him, and how did it expand his understanding of the whole comedy ecosystem?
That's a vital question. This transition from solely being a performer to also becoming a writer and producer is a critical development in any comedian's career. It signifies a much deeper engagement with the craft of comedy and an understanding of the entire creative process, from the initial spark of a joke idea to its final execution on screen. When he took on writing and producing roles on Friends of the People, it meant diving headfirst into the technical side of sketch comedy. We're talking about understanding pacing, scene blocking, the collaborative process of those punch-up sessions to refine jokes, and how to structure a comedic narrative for a weekly television slot.
Right. It's a completely different muscle than stand-up. It's about collaborative joke construction and the logistics of bringing sketches to life. Skills that would prove incredibly invaluable for running his own show later.
Absolutely.
By taking on these responsibilities, he gained firsthand experience in shaping narratives, developing characters, and navigating the practical logistics of TV production. This kind of behind-the-scenes involvement gave him a more holistic perspective on how comedy is made and distributed, which in turn profoundly influenced his long-term vision. It allowed him to better shepherd his own unique voice and ideas through the complex machinery of Hollywood, marking a clear and strategic step towards greater artistic autonomy.
And all these diverse experiences, from stand-up to sketch comedy and production, they truly culminated in a defining sitcom role that brought him into even more homes, really solidifying his mainstream appeal. In 2015, Howery began co-starring as Bobby Carmichael on the critically acclaimed NBC sitcom The Carmichael Show, alongside the show's creator, Jared Carmichael.
Great show.
Fantastic show. This role provided him with a consistent, primetime platform on a major network and ran until 2017. For any actor, especially a comedian transitioning to acting, that's an enormous achievement.
Indeed, it was a transformative period for him. Zooming out a bit, a consistent starring role on a network sitcom like The Carmichael Show isn't just about increased visibility. It significantly elevates a comedian's profile by establishing them as a reliable and talented actor. It provides regular exposure to a mainstream audience, letting them develop a character over multiple seasons and build a loyal following.
Right. People really get to know the character.
Exactly. For an actor, it's about more than just being funny. It's about embodying a character, engaging in witty dialogue, and contributing meaningfully to the ensemble dynamics. Bobby Carmichael was a character with layers, and Lil Rel brought this grounded relatability to him. He often served as a counterpoint or a voice of reason within the show's often provocative discussion.
Oh, he really did.
This role firmly established him as a talented actor beyond just stand-up, showcasing his ability to deliver a nuanced performance within the structured world of a sitcom. It created a foundation of recognition and industry respect that would soon propel him to even greater heights in film.
Now, while his acting career was truly taking off in a major way, Lil Rel Howery never forgot his stand-up roots. He continued to use stand-up as an absolutely vital platform to connect directly with audiences, to share his unique observations, and to present his evolving comedic perspective. In early 2016, a significant milestone occurred. Netflix added his first exclusive solo stand-up special, Kevin Hart Presents, Lil Rel Relevant. That made it available for streaming across the United States.
That really underscores the transformative power of streaming giants like Netflix, right? In catapulting comedians to a truly global audience, giving them a reach that traditional television alone couldn't always offer.
Totally. But beyond that, what about the strategic alignment there? Having Kevin Hart's name attached to it must have been huge.
Oh, it was absolutely massive for several reasons. What's truly insightful here is that strategic alignment with Kevin Hart, who is, a known powerhouse in comedy and a major industry figure. Having Hart's name attached to his first exclusive solo special gave Howery this significant boost in both visibility and credibility right out of the gate.
It's like a seal of approval.
Exactly. It's like a stamp of approval from an established titan, leveraging Hart's immense platform to introduce Lil Rel to an even wider audience. This collaboration marked a crucial moment where his individual comedic voice gained a dedicated, widely accessible platform. It moved him from respected club circuits to living rooms worldwide. It allowed him to present his full comedic persona, his authentic voice, without the constraints of a sketch show or a sitcom character. This kind of partnership can be incredibly impactful for a rising star, effectively leveraging the established reach of one artist to introduce another to a much larger global demographic.
And that Netflix special was just the beginning of his stand-up's continuing evolution, really confirming that his unique voice was in high demand. In 2019, HBO released his second stand-up special, Lil Rel Howery, live in Crenshaw, further demonstrating consistent demand for his distinct style of humor. And then, his third special, I said it, y'all thinking it, was filmed in his hometown of Chicago and released in 2022. That's a wonderful and intentional nod to his roots. This progression of specials, especially returning to Chicago, seems to hint at a deeper, more personal connection to his craft.
Indeed. If we connect this to the bigger picture, having multiple successful stand-up specials on premium platforms like HBO and Netflix demonstrates consistent artistic demand for his particular brand of humor and storytelling. It signals to the industry and audiences alike that he is a significant and evolving voice in comedy with a loyal following, not just, a fleeting sensation.
Right.
Filming his third special in Chicago, his hometown, that often signals a deliberate return to roots and a desire for an even deeper, more authentic connection with the audience that knows him best. This choice often allows for a more personal, reflective, and perhaps even vulnerable comedic style, as comedians frequently draw heavily from their personal experiences. And performing in a familiar setting can amplify that connection. This raises an important question that many artists grapple with. How does a comedian's material evolve as their life experiences, including growing fame, also change? Do they continue to mine their past for relatable anecdotes? Or do they find new ways to connect with audiences about their current reality and the unique challenges of their celebrity? For Lil Rel, it appears to be a careful balance, always grounding his expanding fame in the authentic experiences that made him relatable in the first place. It shows an ongoing growth and self-reflection in his craft.
Okay, so if The Carmichael Show introduced him to a wider audience, then one particular film absolutely cemented Lil Rel Howery as a household name and an undeniable award-winning talent recognized for his profound impact. We're talking, of course, about Jordan Peele's Get Out.
Oh, yeah.
His role in that movie was nothing short of transformative for his career. His breakthrough came in 2017 when Howery played the character Rod Williams in Get Out. His performance as Rod was not just acclaimed, it was lauded by critics and audiences alike for its absolutely perfect blend of sharp humor, grounded realism, and genuine terror, all perfectly calibrated within this truly terrifying premise.
Oh, brilliant.
It led to significant and well-deserved recognition. He won the 2017 Best Comedic Performance MTV Movie and TV Award, placing him among some of the biggest names in comedy history to receive that honor. This role wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. And here's where his performance really becomes interesting, because he provided such a crucial, almost symbiotic voice in that film.
What's truly insightful about his portrayal of Rod Williams is how he transcended the typical comedic relief trope. He absolutely did. His character served as the audience's comedic, skeptical, and ultimately profoundly accurate voice within a tense, deeply unsettling narrative.
Exactly. He was us.
He was. In a film layered with psychological horror and piercing social commentary about racial anxieties, Rod became the relatable, common-sense character who articulated the audience's escalating unease, disbelief, and growing dread, often with hilarious and astute observations. Think of his iconic line, delivered with that mix of incredulity and dawning horror. They're taking white people and turning them into slaves.
Unforgettable line.
Right. This wasn't just a laugh line. It brilliantly distilled the film's core societal paranoia into a moment of dark humor, validating the audience's escalating unease and making Rod the voice of unfiltered, uncomfortable truth in a subtly terrifying world. He perfectly blended humor with genuine fear and astute observation, making his performance not just a source of laughter, but absolutely integral to the film's success and its ability to engage viewers on multiple complex levels.
Yeah.
This role fundamentally shifted perceptions of his acting range beyond traditional sitcoms. It proved he could deliver depth, emotional resonance, and critical social commentary, even in a genre-bending horror film. It showcased his ability to elevate a supporting role into a truly memorable and indispensable part of a cinematic experience. It was like a masterclass in breaking the fourth wall without actually breaking it. He became the audience's surrogate.
From that breakthrough moment in Get Out, Lil Rel Howery's career truly exploded, leading to this incredibly diverse range of film roles that continue to showcase his remarkable versatility. He clearly wasn't typecast. He embraced different genres and character types with an impressive agility. This breadth of work is genuinely compelling.
It really is.
Let's really dive into this incredible range. He's clearly not just a comedian, he's a truly versatile actor, hopping between genres, excelling in voice work, even stepping into producing roles. It demonstrates a breadth of talent that few achieve. What specific examples can we highlight that truly illustrate this versatility? And how does he manage to maintain that distinctive Lil Rel signature across such varied demands?
That's a fantastic observation, and really speaks to the strategic intelligence of his career choices. Zooming out, this extensive filmography demonstrates a strategic and successful expansion of his career, showing an actor who is not content to just rest on his laurels. It's not just about taking any role, but actively selecting projects that allow him to showcase different facets of his talent, from the quick wit and grounded relatability of comedic sidekicks to more emotionally nuanced, sometimes even dramatic characters.
Right.
We can kind of categorize these roles to truly appreciate his profound range and how he adapts his approach. In action comedy and buddy roles, for instance, he frequently brings this engaging, relatable presence that anchors the fantastical or absurd. We saw him brilliantly alongside Ryan Reynolds as Buddy, the security guard in Free Guy in 2021. His grounded, bewildered reactions were the perfect foil to the virtual chaos, making the audience connect with his everyman perspective.
He was great in that.
Totally. He also appeared as Reggie in Tag in 2018 and Dax Winslow in Uncle Drew the same year. Both showcased his exceptional ability to blend into an ensemble and elevate the comedic stakes with his distinctive timing. More recently, he starred as Marcus Parker in Vacation Friends in 2021 and its sequel Vacation Friends 2 in 2023, where he expertly played the more cautious, grounded, and often flustered half of a wild duo.
Oh yeah, that dynamic works so well.
It did. These roles truly demonstrate his mastery of the buddy comedy dynamic. He's often playing the voice of reason or the bewildered everyman, a consistent thread that makes him so relatable.
Okay, so that's the comedy side. What about the more serious stuff?
Right, beyond pure comedy, his ventures into dramatic and ensemble pieces truly reveal his depth and surprising dramatic chops as an actor. He played Charlie in the post-apocalyptic thriller Bird Box in 2018. He delivered a performance that skillfully balanced genuine fear with moments of profound humanity and sacrifice, proving his ability to anchor emotional tension.
Oh.
In 2019, he took on the role of Demetrius in Brittany Runs a Marathon, a more character-driven film where he provided subtle support and warmth. Perhaps most notably, he appeared as Wayne in Judas and the Black Messiah in 2021, a critically acclaimed biographical drama.
Wow, yeah.
Here he showcased his ability to contribute to a serious historical narrative with a measured and authentic performance. It demonstrated that his presence can lend weight and gravitas, not just levity. Other roles like Jordan in Fatherhood 2021, Grant in Deepwater 2022, and Jimmy in I Love My Dad 2022 further illustrate his capacity to inhabit diverse characters across various emotional landscapes. This thoughtful expansion into dramatic roles is crucial for an actor who began in comedy, as it proves his ability to handle more complex, emotionally resonant material, challenging audience expectations.
And then there's the voice work too, right?
Absolutely. He has also, quite successfully, excelled in voice acting and cameos, showing yet another nuanced facet of his talent. Voice acting, which is often perceived as secondary to live action, demands a unique technical mastery. Lil Rel's success in roles like Alex in the Angry Birds Movie 2, 2019, or providing the distinctive, contrasting voices for Tom Shoulder Devil and Angel in Tom and Jerry 2021 isn't just about having a recognizable voice.
Oh, there's more to it.
Right, it's about conveying full character emotion, intention, and precise comedic timing solely through vocal inflection, pitch, and rhythm, without the aid of physical presence or facial expressions. His cameo as himself a game announcer in Space Jam. A New Legacy, 2021, was a fun, self-aware nod to his public persona. He further expanded his voice work as Marv in Luck, 2022, and Sam Stringer in Paw Patrol, The Mighty Movie, 2023. This consistent work in voiceover speaks volumes about his versatility and the distinctiveness of his vocal characterizations.
Okay, and looking ahead, seems like he's not slowing down.
Not at all. Looking ahead, his upcoming projects from 2024 to 2026 continue this trend of diversity and significantly increased creative involvement. He's set to play Moose in the 2024 film adaptation of Harold and the Purple Crayon, also lending his distinct voice to the character. Notably, we see him actively expanding his role behind the camera. He's serving as the producer on Reunion 2024, where he also plays Ray, and as an executive producer on Code 3 2024, where he also plays Mike.
So he's really stepping up behind the scenes now, too.
Exactly. He's also slated for roles in One of Them Days 2025, as the buyer, chief voice in Dogman 2025, and a role in Animal Friends 2026, currently in post-production, along with Frack Valentine's Day, which is filming. This clear move into producing signifies a deeper commitment to shaping the projects he's involved in, aligning with his early inclinations for creative control.
It's incredible.
This broad and deep filmography is not just about quantity, it's about strategic choices and artistic growth. So to address your earlier question about how he maintains his unique comedic signature while adapting, it comes down to his core appeal. His relatability as the everyman, his impeccable comedic timing, and his ability to infuse genuine emotional honesty into even the most outlandish situations. Even in dramatic roles, there's often a hint of that familiar Lil Rel grounding, or his comedic timing remains subtly sharp in genre films. It speaks to a keen understanding of his own brand and how to leverage it intelligently across the entire entertainment spectrum, allowing him to surprise and delight audiences without ever losing that authentic connection.
After making such significant waves in film, Lil Rel skillfully brought his unique life experiences and his authentic comedic voice back to the small screen. He truly took the reins of his own show, further solidifying his creative control in television. This was a crucial evolution in his career, moving from acting in others' creations to really shaping his own narrative.
Definitely a big step.
So this was a truly big step for him, creating and starring in his own series. Fox picked up Rel, a sitcom starring Howery in the lead role, which he not only headlined but also created and co-produced. He had formidable support behind him, with industry stalwarts like Jared Carmichael and Mike Scully serving as executive producers.
Yeah, strong team.
What's particularly compelling about this show, and deeply resonates with his brand, is its personal connection. Howery himself explicitly stated that the show was loosely based on his own life, including his often comedic experiences as a divorced father. The series premiered on September 9th, 2018, offering a comedic, yet deeply authentic look at a very real and personal chapter of his life. For an artist, what does it truly mean to not just star, but to create a show that draws so directly and openly from your own life?
That's a crucial point. What's fascinating here is the profound opportunity for a comedian to translate their established stand-up voice and deeply personal narratives directly into a sitcom format. Basing the show on his own life, particularly the aspect of being a divorced father navigating co-parenting and dating, allowed for a deeper, more authentic comedic exploration of personal challenges and universal everyday struggles.
Right. Stuff people could relate to.
Exactly. This isn't just about telling jokes. It's about building a relatable world around his experiences, allowing the audience to connect with him on a much more intimate, empathetic level. It really demonstrates a significant progression towards greater creative autonomy and self-expression, which is often a pinnacle for successful stand-up comedians.
So what does creative control really mean in that context?
Well, when we talk about creative control in a TV show like Rel, it meant he wasn't just an actor delivering lines. He was deeply involved in shaping storylines, developing character arcs for himself and the supporting cast, influencing the show's overall tone and comedic sensibilities, and even having a significant say in the writer's room. It's about translating a personal vision directly to the screen.
Gotcha.
Which is a powerful form of artistic autonomy and a way to maintain ownership over their narrative, presenting a deeply personal version of their truth to a mass audience. This level of creative control allows for a truly personal, artistic statement, unfiltered by others' interpretations.
And beyond his own starring vehicle with Rel, Lil Rel Howery has maintained this truly consistent and incredibly varied presence on television. It proves his remarkable adaptability across different formats and showcases his widespread appeal. It really does seem like he's everywhere, constantly finding new ways to connect with audiences and keep his unique brand of humor and charisma at the forefront.
Absolutely. His continued and varied presence on television is a testament to his remarkable adaptability and a clear indicator of his widespread appeal. Zooming out, it truly speaks to the industry's recognition of his ability to contribute effectively and authentically across many different formats. It solidifies his status as a truly versatile and in-demand entertainer.
So where else have we seen him pop up?
Let's break down this extensive TV work to truly grasp its breadth. He's had significant recurring roles in popular shows, demonstrating his ability to seamlessly integrate into established ensembles. For instance, he played Bishop for 3 episodes on the acclaimed HBO Max sitcom South Side from 2019 to 2022. That's a show lauded for its authentic, sharp portrayal of Chicago life.
Right, back to his roots again.
Exactly. This brought his familiar, grounded presence directly into narratives rooted in his hometown. In 2020, he appeared as Zeke Remnick for 2 episodes on The Chi, another popular series set in Chicago, further rooting him in narratives tied to his origins and community. More recently, he's been seen as the memorable character Taffy Boyle in an episode of Rian Johnson's acclaimed mystery series Poker Face in 2023,
Oh yeah, he was great in that.
and as Freddie Wilson in an episode of Harlem in 2023. These roles allow him to explore different character dynamics and comedic styles, moving seamlessly between more grounded, subtle performances and more exaggerated, purely comedic portrayals, all while retaining his signature delivery.
And the voice acting continues on TV, too.
Oh, yeah. His consistent work in voice acting for animation further highlights his distinctive vocal talents, showcasing an entirely different skill set. In 2019, he lent his voice to virtuous Saint Goodberry in an episode of Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, and to Chuckles in the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. He's had a recurring role as Darnell for 3 episodes in Craig of the Creek from 2019 to 2025, and a main voice role as Rollo in Eureka, starting in 2022. Looking to the future, he's also set to voice James for 3 episodes in the upcoming animated series Win or Lose in 2025.
Wow.
Voice acting demands the unique set of skills, relying solely on vocal inflection, pitch, tone, characterization. His consistent success in this area underscores his remarkable versatility and the recognizability of his dynamic voice.
And he does guest spots and hosting, too, right?
Furthermore, yes, his numerous guest appearances and hosting gigs vividly demonstrate his broad appeal and his ability to engage with audiences in various non-scripted and cameo capacities. He appeared in 5 episodes of the popular HBO series Insecure, showing his knack for improv and naturalistic performance, fitting perfectly into that ensemble. He's also participated in comedic battles like Drop the Mic and Lip Sync Battle, where his larger-than-life personality shines through in competitive, lighthearted formats.
Those are always fun.
Totally. His presence on the Comedy Central roast of Bruce Willis also speaks volumes about his standing within the comedy community. Being asked to roast a major figure is considered a high honor, reserved for those with sharp wit and undeniable presence. In 2021, he took on significant hosting duties for Small Fortune, a game show, where he also served as an executive producer, further expanding his behind-the-scenes influence and showcasing his ability to lead a show. He appeared as himself on Nailed It in 2021, and is slated to appear as himself in the studio in 2025. This wide array of appearances, from animated character to game show host, confirms his status as a truly multifaceted entertainer whose charisma and comedic timing are sought after across the entire television landscape.
Now, like many public figures whose careers flourish in the spotlight, Lil Rel Howery's life has played out not just on screen, but also, inevitably, in the public eye. It reveals the personal complexities that often exist behind the comedic persona. Even as he was diligently building his career and captivating audiences, his personal life, with its triumphs and challenges, was evolving alongside his professional journey.
It often does for public figures.
Focusing on his family life and relationships, we know that he married Verena Robinson on November 24, 2008. The couple later divorced in 2017. The source indicates he had 2 children with Verena Robinson, and the general info box for his profile states children 3, implying he is a father to at least 3 children. Here's where we truly see the real-life complexities that so often inform an artist's work. It's not just a footnote. His experiences as a divorced father became a central, incredibly relatable, and humorous part of his show, Rel.
That's a crucial observation. What's truly insightful here is how personal relationships and family life, while inherently private, can inevitably intersect with and inform a public career. Especially for an artist like Lil Rel, who draws so heavily from his own life for his material. His openness about being a divorced father, to the point of incorporating it directly into the premise of his sitcom Rel, isn't just a biographical detail. It demonstrates a profound willingness to draw from personal experiences, even challenging ones. This can deepen an artist's connection with their audience significantly, as it showcases vulnerability and a raw, honest relatability.
It's a brave thing to do.
It is. It's a delicate balance for a comedian.
Yeah.
How much of your private self do you expose? And how do you transmute real pain or vulnerability into universal comedy without exploiting your own experiences? Lil Rel's ability to mine his divorce and the complexities of co-parenting for Rel shows a maturity in his craft, transforming personal adversity into a shared, relatable human experience for his audience. It highlights the often blurry yet artistically potent line between a comedian's public persona and their private reality, where life events become potent fodder for art that genuinely resonates.
And beyond his family life, Lil Rel Howery also had to navigate a significant public incident and legal outcome in 2016. This placed him under the intense spotlight and scrutiny that inevitably comes with celebrity. In June 2016, Howery was a passenger in a vehicle that was involved in a collision with another car in University Village, Chicago.
Okay.
Following the collision, an argument ensued with the driver of the other car, who subsequently called 911 and claimed that Howery had punched him in the face. This quickly escalated, with police officers arresting Howery on a charge of misdemeanor battery. However, in a critical turn, the legal system ultimately found him not guilty, clearing him of the criminal charge.
Right. Not guilty. That's key.
But there was an unusual circumstance during the incident. The driver of the car in which Howery was a passenger actually drove away from the scene without him.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. And despite being found not guilty in the criminal case, the driver who accused Howery later sued him for injuries allegedly suffered during the altercation. It highlights the persistent and often complex challenges public figures face, even after a criminal resolution.
This incident, as you highlight, is a powerful illustration of the intense public scrutiny that accompanies celebrity status, where personal disputes and even minor altercations can rapidly escalate into legal matters and become fodder for widespread public narratives.
Definitely.
While the not guilty verdict in the criminal case is a crucial legal outcome, the subsequent civil lawsuit clearly illustrates the lingering challenges public figures face even after criminal charges are resolved. The fact that the driver of the car he was in left without him further adds this layer of unexpected complexity and stress to the narrative, underscoring how quickly and unpredictably situations can unfold for public figures. This raises an important question for us to consider. How does navigating such personal and legal challenges impact an artist's focus and public image, especially when their brand is largely built on humor, relatability, and a positive, accessible connection with their audience? It creates immense pressure, forcing them to address these issues publicly while continuing their demanding careers.
Yeah, it must be tough.
Lil Rel, by continuing to produce and perform at such a high level, demonstrated a resilience and a commitment to his craft. He managed to move past a challenging public ordeal without letting it define his artistic trajectory, which is, honestly, a remarkable feat in itself.
What a truly illuminating deep dive. We've journeyed from the vibrant basketball courts and the early talent shows of Chicago's West Side, all the way to the dazzling, demanding bright lights of Hollywood, meticulously following the incredible trajectory of Milton Lil Rel Howery Jr. We've witnessed his evolution from a young comedian meticulously crafting jokes in a high school talent show to an award-winning actor lauded for his absolutely crucial scene-stealing role in Get Out, to a truly versatile performer capable of transforming countless films and TV shows across every conceivable genre. And perhaps most importantly, we've explored his growth as a creative force and a thoughtful producer, shaping his own narrative through series like Rel.
His career stands as a powerful testament to the unwavering power of perseverance, the critical importance of cultivating a truly unique and authentic comedic voice, and the remarkable strategic ability to adapt and excel across incredibly diverse mediums. From the raw energy of stand-up to the nuanced demands of dramatic acting and the intricate world of television production. He's achieved all of this while consistently remaining true to his stand-up roots and drawing meaningfully, even vulnerably, from his personal experiences. From those early forays into sketch comedy to leading his own sitcom and making impactful, critically acclaimed dramatic turns, his journey truly embodies the spirit of an artist who is constantly learning, growing, and meticulously refining his craft, always bringing an authentic, relatable piece of himself to every single project.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? As we reflect on Lil Rel Howery's journey, consider how artists like him, by drawing so openly and authentically from their real lives and experiences, the good, the challenging, the hilariously relatable, and even the publicly scrutinized, not only entertain us profoundly, but also create characters and stories that resonate deeply and broadly with audiences on a universal human level. What do you think it truly takes to maintain that unwavering authenticity, that grounding in where you came from, and that vibrant creative spirit across such a diverse, demanding, and often unforgiving career path? Always bringing something new to the table while staying true to your core. We invite you to mull over that question as you go about your day.